What I typically find is people don't ask for money. It's pretty much like, hey, we would charge $280 to do something like that. Hi everybody, Neil Winteregg here with Matterhorn Business Development. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please hit that like button, subscribe, and interact with me down in the comments about what you feel like I covered in today's video and any help that you might need so I can address that in a future video. So today I want to talk about asking for the close or asking for money. You might be scared to ask for money. You might be uncomfortable asking for money. You might not be sure how you can ask for money without looking stupid. These are the types of things I kind of want to cover, and I kind of want to follow this up to the video I made last week on the tips for actually doing a pitch. The end of your pitch has to be collecting money, talking about money, financial arrangements. The number one reason that people get ripped off in business or have outstanding collections with customers is because there wasn't a strict financial policy that was actually followed. Or what I find is people are afraid to talk about money. And so what ends up happening is you get to the end of a job and it's like, well, I don't owe you that kind of money. Well, I said that it would be this much for this many hours if we went over. It's like, well, I didn't really understand. Like, miscommunications about money are really the biggest disagreements that you're going to have with customers. And you can actually avoid doing business with a troublemaker just because you brought up the finances first and they were unwilling to pay right away or unwilling to move forward. So I want to talk about a few of these different points here. Now, number one, if you're afraid of asking for money, I get it. Nobody really likes talking about money. Nobody really wants to do money talks or discussions. It's sort of the part of sales that really makes people afraid of quote unquote selling. So here's the biggest thing that you can do to get over your fear. First off, you have to make sure that the product that you're selling is right for the person. And if you know that you're selling a product that's going to help somebody and it's not a ripoff or it's not a product that is overly priced, then you should let somebody know how much it costs and then ask them how would they like to pay for that. So we normally charge $225. We accept checks, credit cards, or cash. Do you have a preference? That's a really easy way to just let people know this is how much it costs, this is how you can pay, how would you like to pay for it? What I typically find is people don't ask for money. It's pretty much like, hey, we would charge $280 to do something like that. And then you smile, dumb, and you just kind of nod, and you just hope that the person reaches into their pocket and goes, I could pay with a check. And you're like, yes, right? So what happens a lot of time is you might say, okay, well, this is $30. And then I'm like, okay. But then as a consumer, I don't really know how you want me to pay, or if I'm supposed to pay right now, or do I pay you after this delivers to my house? Like there's all these questions that get unanswered. So what I typically find is just tell somebody, hey, this is how much I charge. This is how much it's gonna cost you. We would normally do 50% down, 50% at the end. So that means that you would pay $2,000 now. We accept checks, credit cards, and cash. And if you want, you can pay for the whole thing in full and get a 5% discount. What would you like to do? And let the person know what their options are, and then ask them, how would you normally pay for something like this? What would you like to do? And then that allows them to know that this is the part where now we talk about the finances. And now you're gonna find out from that person if they're really a prospect for you or not, because here's what's gonna happen. A lot of times you might have somebody who says, oh yes, I'd really like to do that, and I'm good for that, and yeah, that's good. So let's get started next week. And you go, great. We accept cash, credit cards, and checks. It's gonna be $250. How would you like to do that? And if they hesitate or they're like, oh, wait, I don't know. Okay, this is somebody who's not actually sold on buying your product. So now you know. And you also avoid having some discussion of the next week when you show up ready to do work at their house or do work with them, and they're like, hey, we didn't talk about that, or no, I didn't know that that's how much it was gonna cost. You avoid all of those things by just being willing to communicate about it. The truth is, if you're scared about asking for money, that's kind of on you. I can't really get you over your fear other than by giving you some tips to make you just sit down and go and start asking for money. So what I tend to do is just say, hey, this is how much it costs. This is how we do our payments. How would you like to do that? And you're not being money hungry. You're not being greedy. You're just letting them know, hey, this is how much it costs. How would you normally take care of that? If you pay in full, we offer a 5% discount or a 2% discount or whatever it might be. And give them the option to tell you how they want to pay. And it sometimes lets you know where you really stand with somebody. Sometimes I'll have somebody that I've been selling or working with, and I really don't know where they stand, and so I kind of do what I call the assumed close. I'm talking to them and they agree with everything I say. Oh, yep, that sounds good. Yeah, But they're not really giving me their thoughts, and I'm not really sure where I stand. And so I just sort of go, yeah, so I'll take a credit card down to get you started. It's $500. And they go, great, and they pay. Or they go, oh, no, I wouldn't make that decision today. But up until that point, they've been agreeing with everything I said, except, oh, just not gonna get started today. Okay, I already know that I've been wasting my time with them, or they're gonna waste future time. And now I know that. That's kind of what I call the assumed close. So be willing to ask for money, okay? It is part of business, it is part of selling, but all you have to do is just come up with what works for you that you feel comfortable saying. How would you normally take care of that? Do you have a check with you? This is how much we charge. We offer 3% paid in full discount. I can take a credit card. These are all ways of asking for money that are not pushy, they're not salesman-y, they're not weird, and you don't have to feel bad asking for money in that type of a situation. So as far as a close goes, that's one of the tips I have. If you're uncertain about how to ask for money or you don't know where to go, just ask those types of questions and you will see the person respond, and they will tell you, oh no, I wouldn't use a credit card, I'd have to use a check. Oh, okay, do you have any checks with you? I don't, but I will be stopping by tomorrow and I can bring a check. Great, okay, good. We've gotten over the financial discussions and we've come up with an arrangement at that point, and it's very easy and it doesn't make you look weird or slimy or anything like that. So I hope this helps. If this does help, leave me some comments down below. If you have some other fear or phobia about selling that you can't get over, leave a comment and I will make a video talking about it for the next time. I hope to see you again soon. Have a good day.